News 46 is brought to you by William H. Jackson Injury Attorneys. Injured? Get Bill and Robin, your local injury attorneys.
All right, Eunette Gentry is here with our latest in our court systems.
In this week's court report, a Pahrump man arrested and charged with lewdness with a child under 16 currently has an active $10,000 cash bail after being taken into custody for reportedly grabbing a juvenile girl as she was walking down Mountain Falls Parkway. The 14-year-old victim says suspect Joel Lowell Young grabbed her breasts. The juvenile told police that while she was walking to her friend's house, an older man matching the description of Young came up from behind her, walked in front of her, and turned around to face her and said, "Those are big," referring to her breasts. He then grabbed both at the same time with both hands and then proceeded to ask how old she was. The girl says she jumped back as if to protect herself and said no. According to police, while on that walk, the young girl was nearing her friend who witnessed the incident. However, Young denies touching the 14-year-old. He told police that he passed by a girl, got in front of her and said, "Those are big. How old are you?" To which the juvenile replied, 14. Joel admits he then said, "Those are impressive." During the suspect's arraignment hearing, Young's attorney, Lisa Rasmussen, briefed the record that the defendant had retained her to represent him in this matter. She waived arraignment, the formal reading of the complaint, and requested a pretrial hearing. The court set Young's pretrial for October 22nd. Jason Gall, the area man arrested and accused of alleged statutory rape of a young woman who is now his wife, has matters regarding his case in court recently for an order to show cause jurors hearing. During that proceeding, the court called a male forward and asked for him to show cause why he should not be held in contempt of court for failing to appear as summoned for jury duty. The potential juror presented his cause to the court, which sanctioned him $50 payable to the Nye County clerk. The man apologized and informed the court he will make the payment immediately. Then the court called two potential female jurors and a male forward and asked that they show cause. Both women and the man stated they did not receive a juror summons. The court acknowledges that and excuses both ladies and that gentleman. Finally, the court called another potential female juror who was not present that day. Gall was previously granted permission by the court to remain in contact with his wife Priscilla, who is the younger sister of Gall's ex-girlfriend, Eunette Bell. Gall is charged with statutory sexual seduction, incest, child abuse and neglect, sexually motivated, lewdness with a child under 14, unlawful use of minor in producing porn, and promotion of sexual performance of a minor. Gall has pleaded not guilty. His next court date is October 15th. This has been your court report. I'm Eunette Gentry for News 46.
Thanks so much, Eunette. Well, millions worry and prepare for the wrath of Hurricane Florence. Angela Miles reports.
Topping our news, Apple shares continue to tumble as President Trump calls on the tech giant via a tweet to manufacture products in the U.S. to avoid retaliation from his tariffs. Analysts on Wall Street contend that tariffs will drive up the prices of phones and other gadgets. Investors may be holding their breath. The stock has dropped about $10 in the past few sessions, wiping out roughly $50 billion in market value. Tomorrow, Apple takes the wraps off its newest iPhones. Analysts and Apple fans are anxious to see if Apple will top last year's $1,000 price tag on the X model. Subway is leaving it up to franchise owners whether to sell the $5 footlong sandwich. USA Today reports exclusively it's happening as franchise owners at Subway are dealing with slim margins. And people along the East Coast are buttoning down ahead of the hurricane. Home Depot is among the stocks edging higher on the surge of spending on plywood.
And stay tuned for more news on Hurricane Florence and that predicted devastating path. We'll be right back.